Hi there, I'm Kaitlyn. What's been going on today?
Hi, I'm Lily. I'm a single crew paramedic at the moment, so that's why I've called you today.
Oh, okay.
Here we've got Billy. He's a 55-year-old male.
Yeah.
He's complaining of chest pain, and which followed he collapsed as a result of it.
Yeah.
He is unable to stand due to his dizziness. Yeah, and I found him on the floor, and I managed to put him in this position here, just because he was in a bit of a weird way, in a bit weird position.
Alright, so have we got a history or anything at all?
Yeah, so he's got ischemic heart disease. He had MI 5 years ago, and then he's also got chest pain. I was speaking to him before, but he said it's different from normal.
Different from his last MI?
Yeah.
Alrighty. And what about those vital signs you see you've got all hooked up?
Yeah. So he's got a heart rate of 170.
Yeah.
He's got a blood pressure of 70/40. He's
Yeah.
got a rest rate of 24. A BGL of 7.6.
Yeah.
His SpO2 stats are 90, so I've got him on 10 litres of oxygen on an RV mask.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then his temperature is 37. His medications that he's on Slozapil and aspirin. That's what I found, and I did a 12 lead ECG.
Cool, and what was that GCS?
His GCS is currently, when I took it a couple minutes ago, it was 9, so made up of 2, and his motor score was 5, so he was unable to obey my commands.
Alright, and what was his name again?
His name's Billy.
Hey Billy, can you hear me? Billy? Right, yeah, so we're still responding to pain.
Yeah.
Still not really talking or obeying commands. So GCS is 9 still. So looking at his physical appearance, his vital signs, and his 12 lead, he's in cardiogenic shock secondary to his ventricular tachycardia, most likely. We can see this because he's got that inability to obey commands. He's got his severe hypotension, he's got his severe shortness of breath, and you can hear it. And he just looks generally like he's about to go into cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep this R50 en route that you've called, just in case we need it further down the track or anything like that.
Yeah.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, makes sense.
Cool. So the best thing I think that we can do at the moment is think about cardioverting him.
Yeah.
So you can cardiovert 4 rhythms. So you can cardiovert ventricular tachycardia, atrial fibrillation, atrial flutter, and SVT with aberrancy if he's got severe compromise, which he has today. So before we cardiovert, we are going to have to rule out some differentials. So looking at his 12 lead, taking that into account and all that. So electrolyte imbalances. So looking at his 12 lead, it doesn't show, and he would if there was something. And if you had a quick look around the house or around the room at least to see if there's any chance of overdose or anything.
No, I couldn't find anything. It was just, I looked around the room. I couldn't see anything.
Okay, that's all good. And infection. So his temperature was 37, so that's quite normal. When you were talking to him, did he say anything about being unwell in the last couple of days or anything like that?
He said he was perfectly fine. Yeah, last week, couple of weeks. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Awesome. SVT with aberrancy. So because of his age, he's well into his 50s now. SVT with aberrancy is normally in the younger population. He's got his history of ischemic heart disease, which kind of indicates more SVT, more VT than SVT, as well as he's very severely compromised, which is abnormal for SVT. However, if he was severely compromised due to SVT with aberrancy, we would still cardiovert anyway. Right, so now we've ruled those out, we are going to do this cardioversion. So I'm going to get you to read it out. So it's great that you've got him in the semi-recumbent position. Just keeps his airways open and a bit more comfortable, and I see you've got your bilateral IVs.
Yeah, that's everything I could do.
And is this the first bag of fluids you've got running through?
Yes, it is.
And that was for the blood pressure
and
stuff like that.
resuscitation. Yeah.
And we've got our resus stuff ready just in case, which is awesome to see. Cool, when you're ready, if you read that out loudly so I can make sure I'm doing everything right.
Yeah. So the first step is place pads in either the apex or sternum or anterior or posterior position in addition to the ECG leads.
Okay, cool. So you've already done this 12 lead for me, which is great, and we've got the sternum and apex leads, which is cool.
Yep, so the next step is ensure the defibrillator is in manual mode.
Cool, so you've already done that before I've arrived, which is cool. So it's on the max joules and it's on manual mode.
Cool, so select a lead with a visible R wave and ensure the artifact is minimised.
Cool, so this lead that it's on already, you can see it's got minimal artifact and there's an R wave.
Yep, perfect, okay. Next step is select synchronised mode.
Cool, so I'm selecting syncing mode. Hey Billy, we're just going to have to give you a little shock in a couple of seconds, just on your heart to try and change it back to its normal rhythm. We'll try and keep you well informed before it happens, yeah?
So the next step is to confirm there is a detection symbol above every query's complex.
Cool, so we can see it on the monitor, but I'm just going to print it just to double check. Yep, so as I'm printing it, we can see it's all there. Which is cool.
So, so the next step is ensure the patient has received adequate sedation if indicated.
Hey Billy! Billy! Yeah, so he's still GCS 9, he's still unable to obey commands, so that means that he is classified as sedated enough. If he was a GCS 15 or still able to obey our commands, we would give him things like ketamine or midazolam in order to sedate him a little bit more, just so he doesn't remember it as much.
Okay. So the next step is select the joules, charge the defibrillator and confirm everyone is clear.
Alright, so everyone's clear in max joules and I'm just charging. Alright Billy, it's not too long now.
Yep. Okay, so the next step is press and hold the shock button until the shock is delivered.
Right Billy, just shocking now, holding, shock delivered.
So determine the rhythm and the level of cardiovascular compromise.
Hey Billy! Billy, can you hear me? Billy! Alright, so he's still grimacing to pain, he's still only GCS 9, so his heart rate is still quite high. Yeah, and his wrist rate's still really high, you can still hear that. So he's still in VT by the looks of it, so I'm just going to print to double check that. And he's still severely compromised, which, yeah.
So the next step is, if administering a second cardioversion, confirm the defibrillator is still synced in synchronized mode.
Cool, so I can see that the sync's still on and there's still the dashes above. So we'll do it again.
Yep. So confirm there is a detection symbol above every query's complex.
Cool, so on that ECG I just printed, you can see them above everyone.
The next step is ensure the patient has received adequate sedation if indicated.
So, Billy! Billy! Cool, so he's still unable to obey my commands. Can you squeeze my hand, Billy? Yeah, so he's still sedated enough, so still no need for that extra sedation.
Okay, so select the joules and charge the defibrillator and confirm everyone is clear.
Cool, so we've still got him on the max joules. We're just going to charge now and everyone clear, so I'm clear, you're clear, everyone's clear. Cool.
And then the next step is press and hold the shock button until the shock is delivered.
Alright Billy, one last time.
Okay, so next step is determine the rhythm and the level of cardiovascular compromise.
Alright, so I'm just going to print that. Hey Billy! Alright, still GCS 9.
Okay, so the next step is if administering a second shock and confirm the defibrillator is still synced.
Alright, so we can only give a maximum of 2 shocks. So because he's still in VT and he's still severely compromised, we're going to take him through to hospital now. We're going to meet the R50 en route because we can think about giving a chemical cardioversion instead. We're going to keep him hooked up to the fluids and try and aid him as much as we can, keep him on the oxygen. If he had cardioverted back to a normal sinus rhythm, we would monitor his ABCs, keep him alert, and just keep talking to him about what we're doing and still transport him to hospital, but it wouldn't be quite so urgently. Yeah. Did I miss anything?